what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Key. If you are new here and you like what I do, please comment, subscribe, and share these videos on Twitter and Facebook or wherever to get the word out. If you are not new here, welcome back, fam. I missed you guys, but I had to take 2 days off. Like, I had to take Valentine's Day off, and I had to take yesterday off. I just needed some family time. I just needed to, like, re-energize and repurpose my life and just be good with one. You get what I'm saying? You know? But I did miss you guys. And as promised, I am back with another Seeking Sister Wife. So this one today is going to be the Brainy family or the Brawny family. I don't know how to pronounce their last names, but I got their names though. So this one is going to be Drew, April, Arlie, and Angela. Boom! Got their names. Remember it this time because y'all know when I did that soft release for Seeking Sister Wife, I had no idea how to pronounce that girl name, but I got it. So Drew and April. April is the legal wife, and they have been married for 20 years. And then after April, they came Arlie. Now, April and Arlie do not get along. For the past 12 years that she's been a part of this family, those two has been butting heads. They do not like each other. And April is kind of manipulative, just a little tiny bit. And the newest addition to the family is now Angela. She came into the family with the expectation that she was going to be able to be a mom to Arlie and April's kids, but then she ended up getting pregnant after not being able to get pregnant for so long. She ended up getting pregnant and she had her first child, and it became an accelerated process. So they are in a place now where they are still dating Angela and trying to get to know her and just trying to understand it because it all happened so fast. Like, they met and then 3 weeks or a month later, they ended up married. So, they're in a courting process, even though she's considered to be one of the wives. So, there we go. So, here's the issue. When we first meet the family, they're moving into a house together. For a while, they were all living separately, and that was working. Then he brought Angela in, and there was no way he was going to be able to afford 3 households. And because of the religion, the man basically takes care of the bills, and he was just not financially in the place to take care of 3 different homes. So they decided to get a big house for everybody, so everybody could share it. And he moves all these women in together. Now, the problem that I see that starts to happen is because Arlie and April were separate, whatever the beef was, they could just go to their own corners, their homes, and not deal with each other, only had to deal with each other for certain things or, for family meetings about finances or whatever the case may be. But now they're underneath the same roof and they are totally different people. You can see it through and through. And Drew does everything in his power to not get involved in the girl's petty drama. But for me, I'm just like, dude, sometimes you just got to drop that hammer and you got to be like, listen, this is what's going to happen, and I need you guys to be on the same page with me. But even if you're not on the same page with me, it's happening anyway. But Drew's like, no, I stay out of it. I don't say anything. I let the girls try to handle it, whatever. And so he brings April in with the hope that she'll be the tiebreaker. But the problem is Angela, I'm sorry. He brings Angela in with the hope that she can be the tiebreaker between April and Arlie. He has a thing for age, y'all. And she is, but just not the way April was hoping. April was really hoping that Angela would come into the party and be like, oh, well, she's the first wife, so I have to respect that. And she doesn't. She don't care. She don't care who the first wife is, because for her, she's a wife too, and the first wife means nothing to her. And she sides with Arlie. She feels like April is manipulative, and she feels like she works things to work out in her favor. She tries to make people feel bad, and everything that she does is pre-calculated. Now, I don't know if I feel that way. I think that what's really going on is she feels like because she's the first wife, there should be more of a respect for her. And they don't really respect her. They don't respect her as the first wife, and they don't really respect her, as a sister either, And Angela makes a comment that if April wants friends, then she should be friendly. And I agree with that. I think if you want friends, you should be friendly. I don't know how friendly April is. I mean, they don't really give us a lot of content on her as a person. We really come in a lot where they're already in the middle of an argument, or they're already in the middle of a disagreement, or whatever the case may be. So the latest disagreement has been her having her kids down in the bottom floor of the house. She sleeps down there with her children, and she had some extra mattresses. And Arlie was talking to Drew, saying, the boys need mattresses. And when she found out about the mattresses, she's like, no, don't do that. Don't waste the money. I got some extra mattresses. I didn't know her kids were upstairs without mattresses. Here, take these. And they interpreted that as, I'm going to give her my hand-me-downs, and you can buy my kids the new mattresses, and she can take the hand-me-downs. And April's like, no, that's not what it was. I didn't want anybody to get any mattresses. I just wanted to give these to you so that we could save money. Like, we just moved into this house. And both of the women are like, Arlie and Angela both like, no, I don't believe that's true. You try to manipulate the situation to get the things that you want the way that you want, and that's not right. And also, can I tell y'all that everybody in the house is lying? Everybody in the house is lying. The whole damn house, the kids too. And they don't want to lie, but they are. Y'all like this? Aaron, just a random little ring he gave me. I thought it was cute. Anyway, so the whole damn house is lying. People in the neighborhood start questioning Drew, and started questioning the kids. Like, why is there so many of you guys living there? What's going on? And so now everybody has taken on a role. April is the wife, and her kids are her kids, and Drew's kids. And then I think it was Arlie who was like the sister, and that made Drew's kids, instead of being his kids, his nieces and nephews. And then Angela is the nanny. Jesus fuck. Angela is the nanny, and she helps out around the house, and her son is, her son. So everybody's lying to the neighborhood. They're all concerned. And I'm just in my mind going, why not just move to a state where the shit is okay? Because I wouldn't want my kids lying. Like, the kids were crying. The kids were hurt. They didn't want to lie. But, of course, they have to, because you don't want to get taken away. You don't want people calling CPS or doing whatever, saying anything out of the way. And I'm just like, I feel like there's somewhere you guys can go and be a family. And maybe you shouldn't have sunk your money into this particular house in this particular state, because that killed the kids to, have to lie. And I know that behind closed doors, you're going to live your life the way you want to. But if you got to lie to the world, then maybe it's just time to figure out a new plan of execution while you guys can stay together and move on. But, I mean, hell, the neighborhood know now. And Drew's a lawyer or something like that. And so that's not cool in that world either. So he's just trying to keep this big old secret while filming. So I don't know how he's going to do that. Anyway, so where we left off with them, that is like all of that, the past 4 episodes. So where we left off with them in episode 4 before I roll into episode 5, and there will be a second video today doing the last family, so that when I roll into episode 5, we're all caught up and we know the family individually. Cool? So where we leave off of them in episode 4 is April and Drew's. Ooh, static is real, child. It is April and Drew's 20th anniversary. She has expressed her feelings to Drew that she feels like when things happen, he takes the other girl's sides. And nobody understands her as a first wife. And nobody understands what she deals with as a first wife. And the things that she has to become accustomed to as a first wife. Like, it's easy to be the second. It's easy to be the third. And you come in and you can just place judgment on the first wife and say all the things that she is and she isn't. But nobody really truly understands what life is as the first wife. And I can see that being an issue. Because when they come in, it's, I am his wife. There's no place to it. You get what I'm saying? But as the legal wife, do you understand what it is that I am sacrificing and what I am dealing with as the legal binding wife? You guys are popping out babies with my legal husband. You got, and I know that that's the world that they walk into, but like, do you get what could be happening in her mind? And I don't think anybody does, because they all walk in just with the mindset of I'm a wife and I'm going to be the mother of a child and, you know, we're going to be a family, but nobody really stops to understand the first wife. So I get her on that part of it. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand it. And Drew does take the other side a lot. He'll say, well, maybe you need to figure out what you need to do to work, like, on yourself, April, and try to figure out why everybody's saying these things about you, April. Like, he's siding, even though he says that he's neutral, but he is siding, and he's siding with Arlie and Angela. So, right before they leave for their honeymoon trip, their anniversary trip, all three of the ladies get together, try to have a conversation, and it goes left. And I have to renege on my first statement. In that scene where they're all sitting and talking, I can see how April's a little bit manipulative, because they're sitting and talking about, like, the things that they need to do to work on themselves. So, like, if I was talking to you guys, I would say, you know, what I need to do to work on myself is to, like, not cuss so much and to not be so mean or so quick to jump to conclusions. Like, I have to focus on myself, not Miss April. Miss April, when I need you to give me words of encouragement and to tell me that you love me and to tell me that I'm beautiful. And it's all self-serving and it's all so manipulative, okay? And poor Arlie is just like, whatever I need to do to get on the same page with this woman, I will do it. I know that this may not fix anything, but if this is what she's saying she needs from me, screw it. I'll do it. I'll tell her that I love her. I'll tell her that she's beautiful. I'll tell her whatever she needs to get peace in this house. And Angela is so disgusted by the situation, she just gets up, she walks the hell away. She's like, I'm done with this conversation. Whatever you girls want to do, that's what you girls do. I'm done. I'm taking my son. I'm going this way. And she does. So, for the anniversary getaway, April leaves Arlie in charge. And, of course, Angela's there to assist because they got 15 kids. And they go away. And apparently Drew had, like, a really, really bad back injury. And they decided to go horseback riding. Now, he tells us that his doctor tells him that it was cool for him to do it. But I don't know how true that was, because as soon as they get off the horses, he is in pain, like agonizing pain. He's laying on the grass. He's rolling around. She has to help him into the car. He gets in the back seat. He lays down, and she has to drive back to the cabin. And as soon as they get back to the cabin and they get him, like, in some type of position, Angela calls and goes, listen, Arlie just had to race your daughter to the hospital. She was on the swings and the tree swing. She was on the tree swing and she was on the tree swing and it broke. The whole branch broke and it fell on her back. And so they were saying that they believe that she may have had a broken back. But, you know, Arlie finally calls April and she explains the whole situation. The little girl was fine. She just had some cuts and some, you know, scrapes or whatever. But she did not have any broken bones. She was going to be okay. She just took a really, really nasty fall. And it seems like April sees that Arlie cares about her children as much as she cares about, you know, her own. And it seems like they take a turn because she's like, I'm just so happy that you were there. Thank you for keeping such a level head and being cool. Thank you for taking care of my daughter. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And you think that they take a turn there, but Miss Angela is just like, I hear the appreciation in her voice and I can see that she's really, really grateful, but I don't know if that's going to change anything. I don't know if she's going to change. I think it's just going to be the same old stuff. She's good right now, but will she be good later? And Miss Angela is just already done. And I'm just like, listen, Angela, check this out, right? Here's my thing. You are getting wrapped up in something that's 12 years old. The relationship between Arlie and April is 12 years old. And you are getting wrapped up in that. You're forming your opinion off of a 12-year-old. I don't know how I want to wear this. You are forming an opinion off of a 12-year-old beef, okay? That has nothing to do with you. You have to give her a chance. Just like she has to give you a chance. They don't really know you either. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you just came into the situation too. They don't really know you either. So everybody has to give everybody a chance. Like, everybody, like, maybe April has never been in a situation where Arlie has to watch her children. So maybe she felt like the one. I don't know the situation. And I'm not really even taking any sides, to be honest with you. I'm just saying I can see Arlie's problem being the second wife and the beef with that, feeling like you're second class to everybody. Here's the hand-me-downs. Take this, take this. No, you're not going to do this. But I can also see April's issue. Like, I'm the first wife and you guys treat me like I just came into the family. Like, I was here first. So treat me with some respect. Like, it has to be some level of respect for the first wife, right? Like, right? Like, I mean, I get that they're all supposed to be equal, but like on some level. Like,